Okay, so, hello guys, it's me, Gaming Star here, and today I am back from another episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All. Last time, we had basically finished off the second half of the investigation for day 2, and we discovered that Madame Goddard was really the one who hired Shelly to kill her. This time we're gonna go ahead and start the final day trial. This is gonna be a long one, so I'm just warning you. It's gonna be split into 2 parts, so it's pretty long. So I'm gonna do it entire, so it's gonna be a long episode. Let's go. How did I get into this mess? I'm not doing this one again. I've had this dream before, someplace, some time ago. I didn't read that one because honestly I already did that one and I don't want to do it again. As if this day was written into my destiny. Today I'll stand in court as a lawyer. To prove a killer innocent. Okay. So, we're going to go with the good ending in this one, but I'm going to go ahead and, by the end of the episode, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the bad ending. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So there's 2 different, I'm going to go with the true ending, however, I'm going to show you guys the bad ending at the end of the episode, if you guys want to see that, so, yeah. Or I'm going to go ahead and put an entirely different video, I don't know, but I'll figure it out. So let's start. Sounds similar, right? And you found, this is the first case again. Nope! Hello? This is Phoenix, right? You don't look so well, dude. You're gonna prove me guilty. You're not gonna prove me guilty today, right? Ah, fuck you, Matt. I hate you, bitch. If you please, Mr. Lawyer. Remember, it's not just me. Your precious friend's life is on writing. Today's verdict, too. Poor Maya. Now listen up. You better get in guard a guilty sentence, okay? If you get that creepy sign bag and not guilty, I'll never forgive you. Ever. Maya. Phoenix. Phoenix. Mia! Maya, how's Maya? I don't know. You don't know? She hasn't tried to channel me since yesterday. Mia, what am I supposed to do? Well, like I said, for a lawyer, the worst of times are when you have to force your biggest smiles. But you can't give up. There's still some hope left. Stop it, please! There's nothing left, not here, not anywhere. Ah, it's a cursed Ingarde again! Why you leave me alone? Look, don't call me anymore. I mean it. You're really mean, pal. Ah, Gumshoe, I'm really sorry. Where are you? Let me join the investigation team. We're chasing after the killer, pal. Then you have some sort of lead? Sorry, but right now I got 0 leads on this guy. But we're gonna give up. We're gonna give up. Gumshoe, until the trial is over, until the verdict is handed down, we're going to do everything we can to find the killer. If you can get Maya out, then you can get in guard to the guilty verdict he deserves, pal. That's true, I could do that if they found Maya first. You got that? So you have to do whatever you can to make the trial last longer. Have to make the trial last longer? If you got Mr. Edgeworth with everything you got, then you can draw it out. Oh, now I get it. I believe in you, pal. You and Mr. Edgeworth can do it. So, believe in us. We're gonna give it all we got, just like you. Got it. Thanks, Gumshoe. Beep. Hey, Phoenix. You won't understand now, don't you? You have something money will never be able to buy. Friendship. It's the strongest weapon in the world, and you have it in ambience. Recording. Yeah. Going to the end. But the trial lasts as long as I can. Nope. I'll come through, I know it. Come on, boys. Alright, here we go. Okay. Court is not for a trial of Madame Garde. The evidence is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Now, as I recall, we concluded yesterday's session with a big mystery on our hands. The mystery being what exactly is Miss Adrian Andrews' role in this murder. To say she's really connected to the crime itself. Mr. Edgeworth, if you would please inform the court of today's proceedings. Adrian Andrews. She forged evidence that threw suspicion to Mr. Ngarde. And then proceeded to escape the crime scene with wearing a nickel samurai costume. The guilt of these actions are those who she cannot escape. You're saying that she's guilty after all. I'm not finished, Your Honor. Miss Andrews has nothing to do with committing the actual murder. I would like to direct the court's attention to this card. What is that? It looks like a shell. It's a calling card of a certain assassin. Assassin, you say? Yes, Juan Corrida was killed by a professional assassin. And the person who hired the assassin as his client, so to speak, is Matt Ngarde. What a surprising turn of events. I would think it's become commonplace by now, Your Honor. I know what's going on this time, so I know that everything Edgeworth has said is true. But we still have to do as long as we hold can, at least until Maya is safe and sound. I wonder how the trial will turn out today. Oh boy. And please call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh god. Prosecutor calls the defendant's mentor, Mr. Will Powers, to the stand. Alright. Not a witness. Your name, occupation, please? Okay. I'm, Will Powers. I'm a poor, underpaid action star. What's your relation to the defendant? Well, I guess I'm sort of a lousy mentor to him in a way. Yeah. Mr. Powers, please, don't need to put yourself down so much. Oh, sorry, but I'm just kind of a nothing sort of guy. On the night of the murder, you visited the defendant's house? Room, is this correct? Yes. Why did I say house? I didn't know that. But you know, I didn't actually get to see Matt when I went. All you need to do is answer what you're asked. Now then, I would like you to please testify about when you went to Mr. Ngarde's room. Okay, sure. Alright. Let's go. After the award ceremony, I went by myself to Matt's room. Matt was standing there in front of his room, still in his nickel samurai costume. He was talking with someone. At first, I thought it was the bellboy. I watched the two of them for a while, but then I gave up and went back. I had guests with me that night, so I couldn't make them wait for me. Nothing sounds out of place in Mr. Powers' testimony, and talking with the bellboy is no big deal. Wait, that bellboy? Looks familiar, though. One assumes that the person Mr. Ngarde was speaking was an ordinary bellboy. No. What are you implying? It was the assassin. Well, Mr. Wright, let's do your car's resignation, shall we? Looks like we're in a sticky situation, huh? A trap. Can't you smell it? Yes. For us to find out more of his adventures. I think that's the assassin. I'm just gonna guess. Just my guess. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Press. Hold it. You saw the two of them, the bellboy and the defendant together, correct? Yeah, the bellboy just wanted to say congrats. Now, while you were watching the two of them, did you notice anything strange? Shut up. Yeah, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip. A tip? But that's a perfectly normal thing to do. So how long did you watch the two of them? Not much more than a minute or two, I think. Alright, let's go back to, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Hey! Ow! Just talking. Press. Stop hitting Cuco and Mario! Alright. And what do you mean by that? I didn't think he was a normal bellboy. Why was that? Why did I think that, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Hey, wait a second. Actually, Mr. Powers, only a few minutes ago you stated... you know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip. Oh, those are, shirts for tie-dye. Yeah. Could have you felt something strange about the tip-giving incident itself? Ah! Yeah, that's it. You really know your job. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. This bellboy, he wasn't an ordinary one. Was he? Perhaps we should let the witness tell us. Very well. Mr. Powers, please amend your testimony. Cuco wants you to carry him. About the bellboy, right? Matt gave the bellboy a tip. What was this tip? So you gave the bellboy a tip. What's so strange about that? Ah, well, you see, Matt's not a poor penny pincher like me. He was trying to figure out much. It was because the tip really shocked me. How much was it? But that's when something even more surprising happened. The bellboy was putting the tip he got in his pocket, and then when I got my first look at this guy's face, I was really shocked. I'm afraid I don't follow at all. It sounds like Mr. Powers was surprised twice by this event. I wonder which was shocking about it. I think the bellboy's... I think it was the tip and the face, because, you know, maybe it's like the assassin, I guess. Ben's a huge star. He can't afford to give a generous tips. Wouldn't you agree? I'm sure, but giving him that much maybe is a little bit too much, I think. You know, you can give tips, but not too much. A little too much? Would you please clarify for the court? How about how much would you say the defendant gave to the bellboy? $1,000? Honestly, I don't even know. I can't even begin to guess. And why is that? Because he gave the bellboy a really, really fat roll of cash. A roll of cash?! That's a lot of money. That's like, what, over $100? That's a lot of money. Roll of cash? Damn, that's a lot of money. Oh, well, how interesting. That certainly is a very generous tip, wasn't it? Too generous. A very fat roll of cash. That can hardly be called a tip, Your Honor. More like a thank you, kind of more like doing a job. The judge is beginning to look awfully suspicious of us. And what doesn't matter which one you choose. Objection! The defendant is a superstar. That kind of tip is typical for people like him. Are you saying the old superstars are super spenders? If I could receive large rolls of cash by simply bringing people's things on trays, then why on earth would I stand around here prosecuting? He's got a point. I don't even get paid literal rolls of cash for all my hard work. Damn. I'm supposed to roll of cash is not a tip. Then what was it? Payment, Your Honor. Payment? For what? Isn't it obvious? For the murder of Mr. Juan Corrida. Then the bellboy witness saw, yes, he was the assassin. That's literally what I freaking said. I said that. Bro, I said that. Okay. Hold your horses now, Mr. Edgeworth. You don't have any proper proof of this, do you? Have I ever been prepared to support my claims, Your Honor? I have here the card Shelley the Killer left at the scene of the crime. Shelley the Killer. He is the person the police special investigations team have been chasing for ages. I am certain that the person the witness saw was this very assassin, Shelley the Killer. Really? What's wrong, Mr. Powers? No, something just clicked in my head and I think I just figured something out. Oh, actually... Mr. Powers, please testify. Tell us what you saw. Yes, sir. Right away. Okay. The second time. This time I was in the hallway because I had to go to the bathroom. And that's when the bellboy I saw earlier came out of the room. Of course, when I saw Juan Corrida's room. Now that I think about it, the bellboy did seem kind of out of place. Yeah, I also had to be assassin. I'm sure of it. I mean... You mean what? Thank you very much. That's all we need for now. Huh? But I'm not done. There's still more. Let us first establish the bellboy was truly Mr. the Killer. Then shall we? The bellboys came out of the victim's room, and that the bellboy really was the assassin. Then I think the answer is fairly obvious. You'd be correct, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, I believe it's your turn to entertain and make us laugh. This is no laughing matter! Okay, let's go. Second time's charm. Right? You know what they say? Second time's a charm. Alright, let's go. Never mind, now people say that. Okay, people say third time's a charm. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it! So what exactly was the out of place about him? Right. Why insipid grin? Maybe because I have no idea what damaging thing he's gonna say next? Well, the bellboy was empty-handed. Empty-handed? That bellboy was the one with those room service people, right? Yeah. But he wasn't pushing a cart, he wasn't holding a tray either. That's odd. Usually they would. Hell, usually they do. I've seen it. You call that a little strange too, wouldn't you? I agree, that was a bit strange, Mr. Powers. But it's really unusual for our bellboys to be empty-handed. Yeah, what should I do? Should I try to pull a fast one, motherfucker? Let's go. Oh. There's nothing strange or unusual about an empty-handed bad boy. But there really is. There really isn't! Actually, there always is. I've seen it. If you two are done being school children, bellboys are for room service. There's no reason for them to be empty-handed. Ever. True. Your Honor, I asked the witness's previous statement to supplement with this new one. Sheriff, are you going to do whatever you make the bellboy look suspicious? I see, very well. This court recognizes the grant's prosecution request. Mr. Powers, if you amend your testimony, please. Yes, sir. Alright. I thought it was kind of strange for a bellboy to come in empty-handed. Let's go to either the crime scene photo or the wine glass works. Doesn't really matter which one you go with. Objection! Another testimony. God, there were so many testimonies. Oh, fuck. Mr. Powers? Yes? You're easily influenced by other people's words, aren't you? As soon as you heard that bellboy might have been a killer, you got caught up in believing it must be true. But isn't he really suspicious? He's got all those stitches in it. So, a baseball has stitches? Are you saying all baseballs are suspicious because they have stitches? Well, there's also, I mean, what about him being empty-handed? I would like to ask the court, please take a look here. Wine glass. This is the crime scene. There is a wine glass sitting next to Mr. Corina's body. The liquid inside the glass is tomato juice. And now it would look at the table in the lower right corner. You can see that there's a tray with a bottle of tomato juice on it. Oh shit, boy. The bellboy just had brought it to Mr. Corina's room. He left the tray in his room, which is useless, empty-handed when he left. Gah! But that would mean that the bellboy had seen and left a dead body in his room. But can you prove Mr. Corina was already dead at the time? But Mr. Edgeworth! Yes? I blame you for leading me down this route. I'm terribly sorry. What is with him? Why is he laughing? Witness, isn't there one more thing you'd like to share with us? Is there? The bellboy was empty-handed. Or should I say empty-handed? I recall you had something interesting to say about his hands. Oh, yeah. I almost forgot. What? That bellboy, he was wearing gloves. Gloves? Yeah, pitch black leather ones. All the other bellboys don't wear gloves like that, right? Black leather gloves. Why didn't you mention this earlier? So sorry, it's on my mind. Boy, does this make the bellboy look really suspicious. Alright, gotta focus. Can get lax here. So what if he had gloves? A lot of bellboys wear gloves. Come on, Mr. Wright. The bellboy was wearing black leather ones. So, football's made of leather? Are you saying all footballs are suspicious because they wear leather? But that man, he received a large bill of cash from the defendant. And then he was then leaving the crime scene wearing black leather gloves. I don't think that even more like myself can believe he was just another bellboy. It seems that we have finally come to an understanding. Noted, witness. Please continue with the rest of your testimony. The rest? Oh yes, please tell us more. Okay. We're gonna be here for a while. We're gonna be here for a while, aren't we? We're gonna be here for a long time. And then we have Andrews next. God damn it, bro. Uno, dos, tres. He gave something to the person inside the room, and then the old guy just left without even going into the room. After that, I went to the bathroom and then back to my seat. That was a very short one. So the bellboy, after leaving the crime scene, went to the next defendant's room. Yeah, I kind of saw all that by accident. Some accident? I say you saw too much, and all the suspicious high heaven. I think it's safe to say that we can no longer consider this bellboy to be normal. Now then, let's get started, shall we, Mr. Wright? Cross-examination? Yes, Your Honor. Okay, second meeting. Let's go. Oh, god damn it, bro. After leaving Juan's room, the bellboy went and knocked Matt's door, just like that. What do you mean by like that? Hold it! I said, hold it! Okay. That's better. Ahem! What kind of statement is that? Please elaborate and give us a few more details. Oh, okay. Should I probably ask him a few more questions this time? About the person side access week, don't ask me anything. About this something. What was this something you mean? He gave something to this person. Yeah. And what was this something? If I remember what it was, I wouldn't be calling it a something, would I? But this implies that the saying was removed from the crime scene. Mario! But I really can't remember, Mr. Powers. Mario, your pee-pee sticking. What are you doing? I think of something kind of small. This is an incredibly crucial piece of information. Please try to remember what it was. I'll try. In the meantime, let's talk about another point, namely what the bellboy did next. Oh, so after he gave the person inside the room the thing, then the old guy just left without even going into the room. He gave something. If saw it again, present the figurine. Figurine. Wrong statement, damn it! Wrong statement, no. Ah, I went the wrong, damn it. It's more risky. Damn it, I didn't do that. Then the old guy just left without even going to the room. After that, I went to the bathroom and then took back to my seat. He gave something to the person inside the room. What do you mean by something? Isn't it the figurine? Shit! I'm trying to figure out the, I'm failing this pretty badly, aren't I? Ah, shit. Whoops, didn't go so well. God damn it, I'm dying here. Gave something to the person inside the room. Was that something? If I saw it again... He gave the person, then the old guy just left without even going to the room. After that, I went to the bathroom to take my seat. Well, Mr. Power's testimony just knows Vegas first. It's a little troublesome, isn't it? But I'm just enough. Hello, this is my card clear. Talk about a losing situation. After leaving the room... What was this something? I'm trying. What was this something? Ask about this something. Then the old guy just left without even going into the room. To the revised statement is added. He gave something. After leaving Juan's room, the bellboy went and knocked to the bath's door just like that. He gave the... Then the old guy just left. After that, I went to the bathroom and took my seat. I am dying right now! What the hell, bro? I'm trying to find that statement. Let's do the person inside. Alright, let's do the person inside. We didn't do that one. Asked about the person inside. I messed up the order. Damn it. Actually, I don't know. What do you mean by that? I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm. Only an arm. Then you're saying you didn't see the person's face? Yeah, I would like to start my testimony's point. Although my crime scene immediately defended his room. There, he handed small items to sword to the person inside. The person who received these items, it was this person's arm. Yes, it was like that. Mr. Edgep's all really important. Of course, Your Honor. Just one other room. If I saw it again, I could be for sure. I think it was some sort of wooden statue. There it is! Got it! God damn, that took me a while. God, I did it wrong. I did the wrong order. That's why I lost like half of my health doing that. What the hell? What's the point of the pregnant pause? Where'd the objection come from? Well, speak up. It was me, Your Honor. What is it, Phoenix? I have a feeling that something bad is gonna happen once I show this. Mr. Wright, if you say something, please spit it out. Yes, Your Honor. Okay, Phoenix. Deep breath. Mr. Powers, this is something you saw? Was it this item? Oh, hey, that's it. That's the something. Wow, Mr. Wright, you really figured it out. I recall we found this at Matt and Goddard's mansion. The defendant's house? Oh, shit, bro. No. What does this mean? It's simple, Your Honor. Shelley the killer assassinated Juan Corrida in his room. And then he stole his wooden bear from the scene of the crime. Then the bear being found at Mr. Goddard's mansion would mean... It goes without saying, Your Honor. Mr. Goddard's the killer's client! Oh, shit. Oh, God, I lost half of my health doing that. That was failure because I didn't do it well. Order! I said order! Mr. Wright, this is most unfortunate turning events for you. Yeah. Sorry, Mia. No, it's alright. Your judgment was sound. Actually, I figured the bear would come up. If not now, then it would have later on. Even if you hadn't showed it in the court, I'm sure your friend Edward would have. I almost forgot that he knew about it too. I think it was clear about this. No need for us to continue this trial. I can't let this happen. Something. There has to be something we overlooked. Your Honor, a minute, please. Yes, Mr. Wright. There are still a few points left that we've not fully explored. What are you trying to pull? Oh, well, we can't have that. All right, Mr. Wright's question. The person who received the bear... What about the person who received the bear? There was one thing Mr. Power's testimony is very clear of, and the identity of the person who received the bear. They gave something to the person inside the room. I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm. As long as we don't know if it's the bear, we can't be sure if... Ah! What is it, Mr. Powers? If you're going to scream like that, at least give us a good reason why. Oh, yeah, sorry. Actually, so, I remembered. I remember who took the bear. What? Really? I mean, I only saw his arm, but But the arm. It was the Nickel Samurai's arm, I swear it! You've got to be kidding! Are you sure of that, Mr. Powers? Yeah, I'm sure of it was the Nickel Samurai. Oh my god, what the fuck is going on? Oh, looks like you've dug your own grave yet again. How many times is that today? I've lost count. God damn it. Little Bear was a Nickel Samurai. And was only known Matt and got it as a Nickel Samurai. But wait a minute, do we remember that Adrian Andrews basically went inside after she found the dead body? Basically, the defense made it all clever. What am I supposed to do now? Mia, help! You don't have time to act lost. You've got to find another angle to attack this from. Hurry. Now, forget to cross it! Your Honor! Again, Mr. Wright? We've already removed any and all questionable areas from this testimony. It's about time to remove you from this court, Mr. Wright. I have to find something, even do a little point will do. There are still questions left unanswered. What are you trying to pull? Oh, well, we can't have that. Alright, Mr. Wright, questionable, move forward. The bear itself. What about the bear? Who gave the bear itself? I think it's fairly obvious that it's very questionable. The bear, Mr. Wright. This was found in Mr. Goddard's mansion. However, Mr. Goddard was arrested at the hotel that night, which means that since the murder occurred, he had not got the chance to go home. Oh, I think Your Honor has already figured out what I'm trying to say. It's not possible that Mr. Goddard took this bear to his mansion. God, this case is chaotic, and I love it. Why, it's very true to consider the point, Mr. Wright. There was no way time was for defense to have taken this bear home. Phew, disaster averted. Sometimes I mess up. You haven't gotten the best of me yet, Mr. Wright. Huh? I remembered it clear as day. I remember what you muttered to yourself and got at his mansion. We have to say complete surrender. There's no way for him to escape. I can't believe it. The butler all this time. He was the killer. The killer and the Goddard were working together, so to speak. And the killer was hiding in Goddard's mansion as its butler. What a bold move. The bear figurine was brought back to Goddard's mansion by the killer himself. When it looked like he was about to be arrested, and Goddard had to do so. I assume because it would have been bad for the police found him during the investigation. Huh. That does case in a while. Well, Mr. Wright, it's been quite a while. What now? This is too much. Isn't there anything I can attack at all? I think we've heard enough. Now we know this figurine was in the defendant's mansion, as well as who received the bear from the assassin in his room. Everything has become very clear. The client who hired the assassin committed the murder was Mr. Bats Ingarde. I see no reason for this trial to continue. Therefore, I will now hand down my verdict. Thank you, Your Honor, for your understanding. You see, Mr. Wright, you could not win against the truth, could you? I knew it would turn out this way. After all, that Edgeworth stated the truth. Any last objections, Mr. Wright? Well, what should I do? Objection! There is only one way for me to drag this trial out. The only thing I have is this one dirty trick. Your Honor, right now we have these two reasons to believe my client is the assassin's client. Reason number one, he accepted the bear figurine from the assassin. Reason number two, that very same figurine was found in Goddard Mansion. However, it's possible that this all worked for a certain other person. What are you saying? What am I saying? It's a possible different person is the killer's real client. Oh God, we're doing this again, aren't we? The real client. Bro, this is it's dumb, but we have to do it to save Maya, though. Yes, this is all you have. Oh God. So here are your theory. Who do you think is killer? This is a real murderer. I'm sorry, Adrian, but we have to do it again. Adrian Andrews! Yes, we tried already. She figured the frame man and got it for the crime by wearing a spared Nickel Samurai costume. Ah! The Nickel Samurai arm that I saw. That could have been very well Miss Andrews. But what about Mr. Goddard? If you would please recall yesterday's testimony. He was sleeping. The defendant was taking a nap during the break period. That's right. Then, finding this figurine at Mr. Goddard's mansion, it was well-laid trap set by Miss Andrews. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion on this? I can't even begin to count the flaws of defense logic. Besides which, there is no evidence to support it. However, I can't fully discount the possibility either. Where's this trial? Come on, anyone can tell Goddard did it. I can't believe the defense would go as far as to pin the guilt on someone else. Oh, okay. Yeah, unbelievable. It's not something petty. It's murder of all things. This is to save Maya. This is to save Maya. Even if the whole world turns against me, this one thing I can give up on. Oh, parties will now forced to leave the courtroom. Your Honor, for the benefit of the defense, I'm willing to play along with this what-if game. His what-if game, Mr. Edgeworth? The prosecution is prepared to challenge the defense's theory. Mr. Wright, even if you must find it strange, I wondered, why would a criminal want this little wooden bear? He's right. The killer did especially bring the bear to Ngadi right away. Why do you ask? Is there something special about it? Absolutely, and I'm sure that once the court knows its significance, the true killer's identity will become crystal clear. Your Honor, the prosecution calls upon a witness who will clear all doubts against Miss Andrews. Who will that be? It's quite simple, Your Honor. Miss Adrian Andrews herself. Oh god, this trial's crazy. I see. Well then, the court will take a short 10-minute recess. The prosecution will prepare to witness at the time. Yes, Your Honor. Oh god, this is fucking insanity. Ah! God. Ah, screw you, Ngadi. Oh, I knew it was a good idea to hold her hostage. Don't you agree, Mr. Lawyer? But I never thought it in your desperation you try to pin the guilt onto Adrian. Ah, I swear this demon will pay! Mr. Nick! Pearls? Where's Mia? I don't know. A really strong power suddenly called her away. A really strong power? Oh, Mr. Nick, your phone is... It's from Gumshoe. How's it going? You have been hanging in there, pal. Yeah, sort of. We just barely found something to latch onto. It's good, pal. What about you? Anything yet? Have you figured out where the killer and Maya are? We still don't have any leads, but... What? We don't have any more time! We just had one. Even a single clue would be really helpful. I was only able to come this far because I kept thinking to myself, I've got to keep the trial going until Maya's been rescued. But she's run out of luck this time, so all I hope for not. A tent! Huh? A tent? I could see a circus tent. But Mia! It looks like Maya was unconscious until just a few minutes ago. As soon as she woke up, she called for me. So it was Maya that called you and got away. She's locked into a dusty little room right now. But I could see a circus tent outside the window about 300 feet away. Gumshoe! Is there a circus in town right now? There is only one, pal. The very big circus. Oh gosh, he's kept there, of course. Maya's somewhere within a 300-foot radius of the main tent. What? Okay, hold on a sec, pal. Hey, draw a circle on the map about 300 feet radius from the main tent. Hurry! And I could see a mailbox under the window just outside. Gumshoe! There's also a mailbox! Okay. What else? What else, Mia? I'm sorry, but it was a very small window. I couldn't see anything else. I felt like I was in an old office building. Maybe the 3rd floor or so. I heard her! An old office building. Good stuff, pal. Okay, just hang in there. Just a little longer, pal. Wish us luck. Good luck. I'll call you later, so don't let your battery die, okay, pal? Maya's not hurt, right? She's in a pretty bad state, Phoenix. She's been starved. Gumshoe, please hurry. Looks like we're out of time. Are you alright, Phoenix? It's only a matter of time before Maya's rescued. I can do this. I just have to make the trial last a little longer. Oh, God. Okay, this trial's insanity! Bro, this trial's crazy as fuck. Okay. This is why it's my favorite case in the entire game, because how fucking insane it is. I love it. It's insane and I love it for that reason. It's fucking crazy. I love this case for that reason, okay? The killer, the man who murdered the victim, handed down his client. From this, one obvious question arises. What's this particular item? I believe the answer to the question will provide us with the name of the real culprit. Stop! The prosecution calls the defendant's manager, Adrian, into the stand. Google's on top of me. Hey, what's up? Sorry. Currently, the witness is accused of tampering and obstruction of justice. However, you have been called to the witness stand today to assert who exactly is guilty of murder. I understand. Very good. Now, you have seen this bear before, Miss Andrews. Of course, I have. Have you seen it before? That's right. It's only natural the witness has. Miss Andrews, could you please align the court to this bear's secrets? Alright. Why? Why does she... Oh my god, I'm dying here. Ah! Okay. It's only 24 minutes. This case is so long. Actually, this is an elaborate puzzle. If you know the correct order, it can be taken apart one piece at a time. And it centers a small cavity, just enough room to store a small item. Because of this complexity, if you don't know the order, you can't open the bear. You really can't tell that it's a small jewelry box just by looking at it. That's cool. It's actually really cool. I like that idea. So this figurine, it's sort of container of sorts, is it? Yes, it can be deceiving, wouldn't you agree? Yes, this is superb craftsmanship. Oh, yes, I nearly forgot you made beginning cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Looks like there really was something at the bear after all. I guess that is an important bear. Alright, let's go. Let's update a figurine. Let's press every statement. Hold it, bro! A puzzle. That's right. But it looks like an ordinary figurine. True enough. To people who don't know, I'm sure they will never guess this is a puzzle. So what kind of puzzle is this exactly? If you know the correct order, it can be taken apart. You can take it apart. And how would you go about doing that? Well, you first turn its tail on the right and then push it in. Oh, yes, I see. After that, the arms and legs are free to move and can be removed. Oh, this is the most interesting. A boy and his new toy. He's like he's 5 all over it again. That's me with new stuff. Oh, don't mind me. Go ahead, carry on. I think he's lost it. So what do you find after you take the puzzle apart? Center of a small cavity. And do you know about this? I know because I was the one who bought it. Huh? It was a souvenir from a friend when I went to Switzerland. Then this was a present from you? Ah, Switzerland. I actually did get something from Switzerland. I actually did go before, by the way. If you guys don't know, I went to Switzerland for a little bit. I wish I could go again. It was really fun, though. I'm not gonna lie. If I could, if I had my fucking passport, I wish I could go, bro. I wish, but I don't have my passport with me. Damn. Present from. That's right. It was a puzzle in the shape of a bear, so I thought it could be perfect for Juan. Juanito! So it was a present from Miss Andrews. Witness, let's continue your testimony. Juanito! Julio! Because there's complexity. If you don't know his order, you can open the bear. So exactly, you know, this. Where'd you get it though? Which part Switzerland? Only the two of us, Juan and myself. I'm guessing you got it in the if you know where I'm talking about, I'm guessing you know where the lake, you know where that lake is. I'm guessing, you know where the Alps. I'm guessing around there. I'm guessing where she got it. Just my guess. I don't know. It was a souvenir from Switzerland, so I doubt there were that many people with the same bear in this country. But this easily looks like it can be easily broken, especially if someone wanted to get it inside. Well, it's a toy, but it can never be the same once again. It's been broken. You really can't tell it's a small jewelry box just by looking at it. Why did I do that? That's not what I meant to do. I'm an idiot. Who else knows this bear is actually a small container or a jewelry box? I never told anyone. And as long as Juan never told anyone either, then only the two of us knew. The two of you, huh? Then of course that means that Mr. Ngata didn't know, right? I think this is all about I'm gonna get for now. Only Corrida and Andres know how to open it. Okay. Well, Mr. Wright, I think you've come to realize that there's only one very important fact we have uncovered. That is, this bear is actually a jewelry box. Now that we have agreed this point, there's only one logical question to come next. Is this, what's inside this box? What is inside? That's right. That's what we're going to find out with this. Yes. You are the only one who can open this. Please. Alright, let's see. There's a painful silence hanging over the courtroom. All eyes are on Miss Andrews now as she solves the puzzle and takes the bear apart. Click. I've opened it. Kuka, what's up? Is this what you wanted? What is that? It looks like a note. Is that the suicide note? I don't think we need to guess what it is, do we, Mr. Wright? It's a suicide note. The suicide note? The suicide note left by Juan Corrida's former manager, Celeste Impacts. Until now, no one knew about his whereabouts, but it was just as suspected. It was hidden. Hidden by the victim, Juan Corrida himself. Corrida. Sounds like running. Like Corrida. Seems like Celeste Impacts has very beautiful handwriting. And she's just beautifully signed her own name in this document. It's most definitely the note she left behind before she committed suicide. Oh, the witness! Did you know about this? Yes, I did. I heard all about it from Juan. When I discovered his body, I looked for the bear. I wanted to destroy the note before it became public, but I couldn't find it anywhere because it had already been taken by the killer. Everything is going at Mr. Edward's pace. So now that the suicide note has been found, what's the next logical question? What is written on the note? That's right, at least that's what I would think. Now then, I believe it's only appropriate that the contents of the note be made known. I can't stop you, can I? I went through so much to get my hands on it. And I was going to burn it for her sake. I'm deeply sorry, but I can't allow you to pursue me to stop. Your Honor, if you could please read the constant aloud. Very well. Alright, let's read it. The judge's voice rang loud and clear to the deathly silent courtroom. In her note, Celeste Impacts left us a record of all that happened to her. About being used and thrown away by Ngata, about being engaged to Corrida and Ngata's role in destroying that, and about how she decided in her despair to end it all. Mario, don't start! And that's all Miss Impacts had to say. There's one thing I would like to say. The prosecution has no interest in slandering Mr. Ngade. Then what? Our intention, Your Honor, is to establish a motive for murder. Isn't that correct, witness? Yes. On the night of the murder, Juan was going to make the contents of their notes public. After the post-ceremony show, he was going to hold a press conference. My word, Madame Goddard's values above all else is refreshing like a spring breeze image, which is why he had to stop the note from being made public. At any cost! Since it packs his note or misdeeds. It's Goddard's fault that woman killed herself. And this time he even went to... How terrible! What a selfish person! I couldn't read the rest. I guess there's a slime bag lawyers out there who will defend those creeps too. There's no room for doubt here. All right, let's read the note. Can we read it? No, we can't read the note. Damn it, I wish we could. There's no doubt here. Mr. D. Killer's client's goal was to obtain the suicide note, and the only person who needed this note that badly is the defendant. Let's not forget that the bear with the note inside was found in the defendant's house. It seems that we have to come to truth at last. The defendant's motives were entirely selfish. He deserves no sympathy from anyone. How am I supposed to escape from this one? Why the hesitation, Phoenix? Gumshoe hasn't called yet, so you know what you must do. I know. I have to carry on by time some more time. Okay. There's only 2 deadly pieces of evidence, a figurine and a suicide note. Maybe somehow I can find out what the situation through this one of those. The gavel's already in the judge's hand. Phoenix, hurry! Suicide note, which one should I pursue? The suicide note. Let's go with the suicide note. I don't care. We have to keep it going. Please wait, Your Honor. Whoa, it's loud! Holy crap, my ears. Oh man, look at that lawyer. He's still going at it? It's like he doesn't care if he's trying to get a killer off the hook. I think Your Honor believes the man in Goddard is killed in order to obtain this note. Yes, that is correct. But that seems a little strange. In fact, I think there's a contradiction here. This note was hidden by Mr. Godida until the night of the murder. That isn't the case. I say that Manny Goddard could not have known what was written on this note. Oh, I didn't think of it that way. Maybe he didn't know. Exactly, but I did think of it that way. I thought it was rather strange. No one in their right mind would kill a note without first knowing what it said. Odd! 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 You make a valid point, Mr. Wright. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion? It was just a flash, but I think I did rather well on this one, unfortunately. I think he believes differently. I believe a show of appreciation is in order. Huh? The defense seems to be in love with witnessing more despair upon itself. I would like to distract the court's attention to this. What is that? It's a very small video camera, Your Honor. The type of camera is commonly used for means of spying. Spying? What the? I thought that spy camera was in my possession. Madden Goddard and the victim both fought as their biggest rival. They went as far as to use this type of item to find each other's weaknesses. And the victim, Juan Corrida, was being spied on. His personal life was being watched other than Matt and Goddard did. It's kind of fucked up, though, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Odd! Odd! Mr. Wright! Yes, Your Honor. You. Don't tell me you knew about your client's spying activities! Well, sort of. Sort of! That's the answer, Mr. Wright! I see you're a confessed, Mr. Wright. You're probably thinking, but I have the camera that was a stuffed bear's eye. But this camera that I have is not the same one. Last night, I searched the victim's house on a hunch, using this Gumshoe's bug sweeper. By the way, Mr. Wright, the defendant's fingerprints were found on this camera. Mr. Goddard's were found on there. Well, Phoenix, it looks like those cameras were hidden all over the place, huh? What am I supposed to say about that evidence? I think this is the end. It's fairly obvious that Mr. Goddard learned the suicide note like this. We all watching the victim all along. He got the good time. I don't have anything counter that. Hey, now what's that lawyer thinking? Mommy, is that man the bad killer guy? Shh, stop. Don't look at him. The way he's sweating is just so, ew, nasty. Phoenix, yes, have you figured out what you're going to do next? What am I going to do next? Does running away like a frightened child work? I know it seems like Mr. Edgeworth was very close to putting the lid on this case, but in his eagerness to prove this point, he forgot one very important thing. Well, what is it, Ramia? There's one piece of evidence that he really should investigate. Something he should investigate. I would really hate to see the good prosecutor get scolded for not remembering to look at the item when he had a chance. Why are you speaking in riddles all of a sudden? Alright, I think it's time we finally understand everything. Well, Mr. Wright, you don't have any further objections, do you? What is this piece of evidence that Mia's talking about? Figure it out. Look at it. Present evidence. Suicide note. I have an objection, Your Honor. Oh my god, it's the same case, bro! That was about the weakest objection I've ever heard, Mr. Wright. Objection! Your Honor! The defense has not intention of letting this go easily. You are beginning to sound desperate. This is just imagination, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth does not like you at all. And you're eager to prove your point. You forgot one very important thing. Hey, isn't that what I just said? So you're telling me that I forgot something. Oh god. You're so close, Mr. Edgeworth. But there's something you should really... Evidence, the suicide... No, present evidence, and then present this. Say that, boy! Suicide note. That is Miss Impact's suicide note, right? Who knows? I mean, sure, the suicide note was found inside his bear. But his bear was in my possession until only a few moments ago. Which means... The handwriting on the suicide note has yet to be analyzed! Oh. So, as to whether to put up a piece of evidence as really written by Miss Impact or not, that's yet to be even remotely confirmed. But the... Mr. Wright, you can't seriously... Mr. Wright, you... Are you saying the suicide note is fake? Miss Andrews, you were the one who tried to pin his murder on Mr. Ngadidu. Who's to say you didn't create a fake suicide note to put into his bear? How dare you! Your Honor, the defense is indiscriminately accusing the witness again. There is no evidence linking the witness to the suicide note whatsoever. Oh god. But if it's fake, then the witness is the only person who could have made it. What? Recall the witness' testimony concerning the figurine. The only person other than the victim who could have solved the puzzle was the witness herself. Ah! The glass is broke again. Miss Andrews, you wrote this note, didn't you? You wrote this so you could frame Matt and Goddard. I did no such thing. Right! If you're going to pronounce the suicide note fake, then show this court some evidence of what you're fearing. Oh, okay. Mr. Edgeworth, you were the one who presented this scrap of paper as evidence. That means the burden of proof lies within you, the prosecution. That's enough, Mr. Edgeworth. Can you confirm the handwriting on the suicide note? The defense has stated the handwriting has yet to be analyzed. If that's the case, it seems that yet again we have reached a point where a verdict is impossible. That's impossible! This isn't good, Phoenix. The judge is going to carry the trial over one more day. If I don't think mine will physically be able to make it another day. I didn't want to have to do this. I don't have a choice. I request that both prosecution and defense further investigate. Handwriting analysis my ass! And guard is guilty. Look, any idiot could tell you that. I think we've reached the end of the line. Guilty! 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 What the f... What is that sound? It's Gumshoe. Hello? Gumshoe? What is with him? What's with that sigh? Where's Maya? What happened to the killer? He got away. What? I'm sorry, pal. I really am. I don't know what to say besides I'm sorry. I wish there was some way to make it up to you. I really do. Anyway, what's going on? We found his hideout, pal. But the two of them were already gone. This is terrible. I'm going to keep looking for them, pal. Don't you worry. I just need a little more time. But don't tell them we don't have any more. Guilty! 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 Let's go. Do you hear that? They're calling for his head. Mr. Wright, I can't... For us to come this far and... Oh! What is it? Let me talk to Mr. Edgeworth. I can't do that. Mr. Wright, would you please get a hold of yourself? Yes, Your Honor. About to end today's proceedings, you may take your phone calls after. Hold on, Your Honor. Edgeworth, catch! Why did I laugh at that? I just love how it just spits. Why am I laughing? Okay, that's the dumbest thing to laugh at. Okay. You see, I'm a child sometimes. Mr. Edgeworth! Please, you gotta buy us more time! Court is in session. I'm sorry, Your Honor. You were saying? Mr. Wright! This is a court of law! I'm sorry, Your Honor, but... I am reluctant to do this. However, it appears that I have no choice but to suspend proceedings until tomorrow. I really can't do anything. Court is now adjourned for today. Please wait, Your Honor. What the fuck is going on? Edgeworth. What is this, Mr. Edgeworth? I humbly request another 30 minutes of your time, Your Honor. For what purpose? We can perform the necessary test on this piece of evidence at the time. Can only reobtain the results in 30 minutes. I believe we can, Your Honor. Oh my god. But wouldn't it be better to adjourn for today and reconvene tomorrow? 30 minutes! Please, Your Honor. That's all I am asking for. Please, Your Honor. Very well. Oh my god, what the fuck is going on? At the prosecution request, this court will not take a 30-minute recess. But be advised, I will not allow no recess today. I'm not sure this is helping or hurting us. The court will not take its final recess of the day. What the fuck is going on, bro? This is an insane-ass trial. Right! Well, what's going on with my situation? The killer. Looks like he got away again. 30 minutes. Can't really find her in the time. Ugh. Oh my god. Report! Ah! Is that Mr. Edgeworth? We don't have time. Just spit it out. Right. It looks like we just missed him, sir. But the killer left a few things behind by accident and was rushed to get away. A few things? You can use any of them as evidence? I thought you asked, pal. I've got the things he left with me right now, and I'm on my way over. Really? That's odd. Any items like this are usually sent from the crime lab first. We don't have any time to get this, sir. Then those guys were looking for our swiped the stuff and ran. What? Well, I'm not a detective anymore, so I had to. I'm really sorry, sir, but I gotta put the law on for hold for now. Sounds bad. I hope he doesn't get too much trouble for this. In my hunk of junk of a car, I'd say I'd be there in about 20 minutes, sir. Don't worry, I'll be there. Wait for me. Alright, just get there in one piece. I'm on a mission now. Don't get stop me, sir. No, I'm gonna get arrested, but I don't care. I'm pulling out all the stops and running every red. I knew it. Bro, items left by the murderer, huh? Maybe there's something among them that will be deceived enough to end this. What the f- Oh no. Hey, what's wrong? Detective Gumshoe, answer me! No one can stop me. What happened? It sounded like he had an accident. I'm guessing. He literally just went like, I'm gonna run every red light, and then bam, he got in a car crash. God damn it! What was he thinking? Bro! We've got to hurry and call for help. But we have no idea where he is. His cell phone was broken and he wasn't driving a patrol car, so no radio either. Also, if we don't get those items before due, the police will take possession of them. No! We can't just let this happen! Well, if there is a way we can find out where he is, we stand a chance. Why? Oh, why did Gumshoe have to get into an accident now? Is there any way to find out exactly where he is at the moment? I think there is. That's right, there is a way. What? How? I'm sure we find out where he is through this. Why are we bringing up Francisca at a time like this? Oh, I see. I tried to get contact with her. The chances are slim, but she's all we have. Francisca. Will she even want to help us? Edgeworth. What is it? I don't have any right to judge anyone ever again. I know my client is guilty, but what am I doing now? I'm pitting the guilt on someone totally innocent and using the evidence to do so. It might be my turn to say Defense Attorney Phoenix Wright chooses death. Right? It doesn't suit someone like you to cry out useless tears. Whether you did your job well or not, that can only be seen after the verdict has been decided. The verdict? Is Prosecutor Edgeworth here? Yes, bailiff. There's a phone call for you, sir. They said it's extremely urgent. They're probably finished the handwriting analysis. I have to go take this call. In the meantime, think hard about what you must do. Holy shit, this case is fucking insanity! We're gonna keep it going. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the bad ending later. But right now, we're gonna start the second half of the trial. Second half, let's go. Court will now receive. I assume both sides are ready? Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. I can understand the defense acting like this. However, why do you also seem to strap Mr. Edgeworth? It's nothing, Your Honor. What's wrong with Edgeworth? Looks like something unexpected just happened to him. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, will you please tell the court results of the handwriting analysis misimpact suicide note? Yes, Your Honor. Unfortunately, we have discovered that this suicide note is a forgery. What? What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This note was not written by Miss Impacts herself. It is a fake. What the fuck, bro? That's insanity. Holy shit. Odd. Mr. Edgeworth, would you care to explain what is going on? If this was not written by Miss Impexon, who wrote it? We would need more time to do more detailed analysis. However, it appears that the handwriting matches that of the victim, Mr. Juan Corrida. Juan wrote it! Mr. Corrida? Well, well. It looks like Miss Impax never left the suicide note after all. She never wrote anything about Engarde. Looks like it was Corrida. However, Your Honor, even though the suicide note is indeed a fake, Mr. Engarde could not have known that, so that the facts remain unchanged. Acting under the assumption that it was real, he had plotted to possess it. That does sound very plausible. I fear that Engarde had no idea that the suicide note was fake. Something seems a little wrong with it. The defense believes that the theory of prosecution stand contradicts testimony. Hearing the prosecution proved up to this point is true. There's a possibility Mr. Engarde shown it was fake. The camera, the transmitter, and the spy camera. What is this little item called again? A video camera, Your Honor. Well, a very small one, but... Oh, that's right. A camera. Ah, you kids and your fancy toys nowadays. Mr. Edgeworth, earlier you claimed that Mr. Engarde knew about the existence of this note because he was spying on the victim. Isn't that right? If that were true, then this means Mr. Engarde would have known that the victim had forged a note. Da! So then the defendant knew the suicide note was a fake. And if it's true, then the situation has suddenly changed in a very dramatic way. Exactly, Your Honor. Oh god, this fucking insanity. Prosecution's theory is that Mr. Engarde's motive was murder it has suddenly disappeared into the thin air. But Your Honor, it's not it. Mr. Engarde monitored Mr. Corrida 24 hours a day. Perhaps the victim wrote a note in place Mr. Engarde didn't know of. Well, right back at you, Mr. Edgeworth. What have you show us the proof that victim made the forgery in an unknown place? Yeah! Ah! Odd! Mr. Edgeworth! It looks like this time it was you who dug his own grave. I figured. Huh? Was he figured? As I figured it came all down to this. Mr. Edgeworth, you were not making any sense. When I heard the results of the handwriting analysis, I thought this might happen. The question is, what's next? What next? If the prosecution can't prove Mr. Engarde's motive through the evidence, then we must prove it from the other angle. Well, I agree with you there, Your Honor. The prosecution would like to call a witness to stand at this time. Oh, well, that's fine. However, this witness is a little unusual. Edgeworth stuttering? This is not like him at all. Unusual. Well, what sort of witness is this person, Mr. Edgeworth? This witness is one perfectly fit to answer once and for all the question of who was it that hired Shelley to kill her and commit murder? That's impossible! Who in the... No such person exists to answer a question with such certainty. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth, who is this witness? It's... Yes, go on. Who is it? The man himself. Mr. Shelley the Killer. Oh, Mr. the Killer. Wait! Shelley the Killer! I love how she's like, oh, okay, that's fine. Wait, what? Oh, you mean the killer? I mean, assassin? Yes, Your Honor. He's coming here to the witness stand. Well, yes, in a manner of speaking. I recognize that this is a very unusual circumstance, so I ask for your permission. Well, Mr. Wright? Yes? Is this alright with you? Do I have a choice here? I can't really do much to try to allow. The defense has no objections, Your Honor. I wonder if it really is alright to do this. Very well, then the prosecution calls the witness to stand. Edgeworth, is there no other way left to us? Oh, God. Now then, witness. Your name and your, occupation, please. Oh, God. Alright, hang on. Very good, sir. My name is Shelley the Killer. I'm a professional assassin. I say, what is going on here? Your Honor? How can you remain so calm? What is the meaning of this two-way radio? Actually, Your Honor, it was delivered to me just now, and it came with a condition. As long as we do not trace its source, Mr. D. Killer will testify to the court. So this must be what the urgent phone call we got earlier was about. Oh no, this will not do. I cannot allow this in my court. First of all, we can't even ensure this is really Mr. D. Killer himself. Witness, please present some sort of proof that you are in fact Shelley the Killer. I understand. Please wait a second. I'm so hungry. Maya! Maya! A voice. Mr. Wright, can you confirm anything from this? The defense has no objections to this person. We are satisfied that this man is indeed Shelley the Killer. Except we have to run you and don't expect to turn the events. whole paragon all over again, boys. Well, it doesn't seem like there are too many choices under circumstances, so... Noted, witness. There's one thing I would like to confirm before we speak of anything else. And what will that be? At the request of the client, you killed Mr. Juan Corrida. Is this correct? As I say, I did kill Mr. Corrida. Now that we have answered that, let's move on to the name of your client. Very well. So it's just a bad dream. Yes, that's it. It's just a bad dream. Shelly the killer. What is he going to say? Oh god, I'm gonna die here. Okay! Oh god, sorry, damn, this is an insane trial, holy shit. There is something I must first state. To an assassin, nothing is more important than the trust between a client and himself. And that is the reason I am here, today, on this witness stand. It is my wish that you grasp the concept before I give my name to the name of my client. Mr. the Killer seems to be a very clever man. I almost say he seems to be mocking us. While he may appear to be our enemy, Your Honor, Mr. the Killer is only stating the truth. He is no hypocrite. He has always stood by this one belief. You mean about this trust between his client and himself, sir? There seems to be a level of trust beyond what people like me can comprehend. Well, Mr. Wright, are you ready to examine? Yes, Your Honor. There's no way to know this coming next. Stay cool, collected, Phoenix. Oh, got you! Uno, dos, tres. The trust between you and your client. I provide my services in a fast and efficient manner. In exchange, I trust that my clients are discreet about me and my identity. If too many people knew my face, it would be quite troublesome. And that is why you're testifying in this manner. This is my first time one of my clients has ever been accused of murder. I must preserve the killer name so my clients can trust me. But couldn't someone stab you in the back and break your trust? It has never happened before, but if it ever did... Yes? That person wouldn't be my client for very long. They would be certainly... That's enough, please, no more! Very well. It was only hypothetical anyway. And that is the reason why I'm here today in this witness stand. This seems to be a little strange to me. I mean, you're about to tell us the name of your client. I would think that this would be very bad for them. It doesn't matter to me. This client has already broken the rules and acted outside of their prescribed role. Their role? This person tried to implicate a motive of the crime in order to save themselves. And this is trespass that cannot be forgiven. You. Who gave you the right to be so high and mighty? To the gentleman who spoke just now. Excuse me, but would you care to die? No! I didn't say anything! The judge had better watch himself. It is my wish that you grasp the concept before I give my name to my client. So let's go back to number 2 again. 1, 2. Press again. The trust between you and your client. I provide my services. Yeah. I'm sorry, but I was just wondering about something you just said. You said that your client had already broken the rules. A person who frames another is the worst kind of human. And that's why you feel you can betray this person? I have no trust relation with the client who can't understand their assigned role. Just my luck. An assassin with a conscience. Who would have figured? Now then, everyone, do you think you can understand my logic? This case just keeps getting better and better. If you can't, then I'm afraid we can't proceed. Everyone understands your point, I think. Really. In that case, I believe I am prepared to disclose the information you seek. You have made it crystal clear that you value trust over all else. I believe we are ready. Excellent. Now, I do believe it's about time to the name of my client. Don't you agree? What is it? Now I can't bring myself to ask the client's name. If you can't ask it, Mr. Wright, then I will. Witness? What is the name of your client who requested the murder of Mr. Juan Corrida? That person's name is... Adrian Andrews. What? Witness! That's not who you told me it was earlier! Pray tell, what are you talking about, Mr. Prosecutor? I should think I know my own client. That is Adrian Andrews. What? This is insanity. Holy bitch. This can't be. On the phone earlier. What's going on here? My guess is that Mr. Killer just stabbed Mr. Edgeworth in the back. Stabbed Edgeworth in the back? I'm sure in order to get the audience at this court, Mr. D. Killer told him a different name. Matt Engarda, perhaps? I knew it. This is outrageous! I was deceived! This is telling a very serious lie. But you were the one who summoned this witness. You Shelly D. Killer! My testimony is the truth. I stand by God. The defendant at the moment is not Engarda. Am I correct? All I wish to do is help procure his acquittal. Wow. All of a sudden, it feels like we can actually win this. Yeah. The prosecution has failed to provide a motive and has instead provided a suicide note, which is forgery created by the victim. Furthermore, there is a possibility the defendant himself knew it was a fake. But most definitive of all, we have heard from the assassin himself the name of his client. Mr. D. Killer's client who requested the murder was not the defendant at all. No! With all this evidence, it is obvious to me that this means that Mr. Engarde is innocent. No, we can't. No. I seem to cause you a bit of confusion. Please continue your discussion. To call me when you have reached a verdict. Beep. Bailiff, please bring Miss Adrian Anderson immediately. What's now? Well, going Engarde will be found innocent. So maybe our last chance to save Maya. Yeah, but Edgeworth is right. The killer is lying. God, it's my client. No, he's guilty. Can't let myself do this. Who would have believed the prosecution's own witness would absolve this defendant? Your Honor, the prosecution requests permission to further question the witness. Shelly Killer is certainly lying under oath. It wasn't me. Listen, everyone, please, the testimony just now. It was all one big lie. Miss Andrews, the suicide note may have been fake, but that man, Matt, he's the reason Celeste died. And Juan's death, it was all because he got pulled into Matt's twisted world. That testimony just now, you have to believe me. It was a horrible, horrible lie. But Mr. D. Killer himself has testified. He was named you as his client. No, that's not true. Also, there's quite a bit of evidence that points to you. The knife and the button, donning the nickel samurai costume. But that's... You even have a motive. We know that Miss Celeste impacts a large part of your life. You wanted to fool her. Why did I say fool? Okay. Friendship will hurt you. I would say you have plenty of reasons to want them both dead. No. Mr. Wright! You know the truth. Tell them. Tell them the real story, who the killer is. Tell them. Please, help me. Yes, I know the truth. Mr. Wright, yes, Your Honor. I believe you will reach the end of this trial. Therefore, I ask the defense any final words or opinions. I have decided that it's not guilty for it to save Maya. Or do I throw this chance away and wait for Gumshoe's new evidence? What am I supposed to do? Can request the trial to continue. Phoenix, I can't do it, Maya. I can't accept not guilty. You are a lawyer, I know, but Matt Engarde is a killer, a murderer. I can't let him get away with this. I can't let someone else take the fall. If I let Miss Andrews be convicted, then I'm no better than Engarde. And even though I don't want to admit it, I have to face the fact that it is because of Edgeworth that I now know the real truth. He could have gotten Engarde convicted so many times over, but he never took a single one of those chances. If I take this verdict now, I'd be betraying his trust. His trust? I never thought about it until now. I trust him? Yes, you do. Mr. Wright, your opinion, please. The defense requests that we be allowed to further question Mr. D. Killer. Am I hearing you correctly, Mr. Wright? Right? But that witness has cleared your client through this testimony. Your job here is done. I am not done yet to see through witnesses' lies and find the truth. That is my job, Your Honor! There's still more evidence to look at. And I'm sure that once pieces arrive here in this very courtroom, a miracle will occur. Okay. But will the trial will continue? Mr. Edgeworth, please reestablish connection with Mr. the Killer. Right away, Your Honor. Okay, so after this point, after we get to, after after a certain point, we get to choose guilty, not guilty. There's 2 different endings. So I'm going to go ahead and save after a certain point. And then I am going to go ahead. I'm going to go with the good ending for this one. But later, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the bad ending later on. So I'm going to go ahead and do that.
Has a verdict been reached?
Before that, we would like to talk to you a little bit more.
About... All you needed from me was the name of my client. What else could you need from me?
Well, actually, we would like to hear everything you know about this case. That is how things are usually done. What is he talking about? Usually done. But what should we testify about now? Mr. the Killer, if you don't mind, please testify about your client in more detail.
You legal people and your procedures. It's any wonder no one likes to go into court.
True. True. Okay. Alright, let's go.
As if I have already stated quite a few times, Adrian Andrews is my client. However, one thing I simply cannot overlook is tampering with the scene of the crime. My client did the frame in order for the crime, but pretending to be the first person to discover the body and enter the scene. Adrian Andrews already knew from the very beginning that the whole goody was dead. But even more appalling is the creation and planting of the knife and button. The act is what I was referring to when I said that the client had broken my rules.
Wrong, bro! This is the most unexpected of events for the 5th time now. However, this time everything be revealed. Not everything! Just a second, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth, we still have the cross-examination to do. But you don't need to question testimony like this, do you, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, the defense will question the witness. Yes, the choice here. Huh? Why? What is the witness has said is nothing but beneficial to the defense's case. Scrutinize his testimony, then I'll expose the lies of the so beneficial testimony, I suppose. I don't understand what's going on anymore. That makes the 2 of us. This case is fucking insanity. But I love it. This is my favorite case in the entire game. There's probably one case I look forward to in Justice for All. In terms of the trilogy, this is probably the weakest game. But honestly, I love this case. The final case is always the best one. Most of the time. I love this case, bro. It's my favorite. What is it, Mr. Wright? If I press them the wrong way, my right suspicion at the end, but this thing... What happens if you press all of them? Just by requesting a hit. Yes. How much is your fee?
I see you are also quite a dark-hearted man, Mr. Attorney. Huh? If you would like to talk business, we can do so after the trial.
Ah, no! I'm not thinking of hiring, but Mr. Wright! Yes? You want to kill me! You want to dead, don't you? What? Why would I? Guilty, Mr. Phoenix! Witness, let's continue. Why don't you disclose your client? So you can actually, there's actually really funny stuff that happens if you press him. It's really funny. I think that most people wouldn't be able to look a person hiring another to kill.
If the head of home was such a thing, I wouldn't be very effective at my job.
Ah, yeah, well, change of might be good for you.
However, I will say this. Even though I am the one that does the deed, my clients are always the real guilty party.
That does go without saying, Mr. the Killer.
And their fate is to live with the knowledge of their guilty of their shoulders. However, my client this time thought they could run away from their guilt.
So yeah, you could actually, as you're talking about the bun and the knife, yes, and my business card. Oh, this card.
So that no one is to waste their time and blame the police, I always make it the point to make things as easy as possible.
You try to make things easy?
My business card makes it very easy to identify who carried out the service.
He's pretty devoted to his work. But to discard everything.
And to go to stab the deceased with a knife, and even hide my card from sight. That is something I cannot overlook. Really hard to tell if it's been truthful or nothing without here.
Oh my god! Pretend to the first person to discover the body. Let's go ahead and press every single one and see what happens. So you're saying most clients wouldn't do such a thing?
That is correct. Usually, most people try to create an alibi for themselves. If you should use my services, Mr. Attorney, I suggest you plan to alibi too.
No. I already told you I have no intention of using your services ever. Why does he keep looking at me like I'm the one in trial here? I love doing this. It's fun. From the very beginning.
That is correct. From before my client visited the room. All my clients know precisely what the situation is at all times.
I wonder what is really true. That's odd. This is what happens if you press any of the statements. These are pretty fun. It really does nothing, but it's extremely funny if you do. So why did you think your client did that?
What do you mean by why? Well, fiddling around the scene of the crime is pretty risky.
Why would someone ever request the murder to go in the crime scene anyway? That is true.
I should have probably done to find Mr. and guarded it.
If that's the case, then why didn't the person just request that you do it?
Sadly, that is not possible.
Huh?
My job is to kill. That is all. And to leave my business card behind. Naturally. The business card is so my clients may escape blame. To protect them from is my duty. Even if they say it's from revenge, setting someone up to take a fall.
Let's see what happens. And that's why you have to testify?
Yes, and I pray that I will never be called to stand again.
Again, so you plan to continue? I must, and you
have to find a person to take my place and become the forced successor. Actually, how would you like my new life, Mr. Attorney?
Excuse me? No, I'm fine, really. Are you really now? I wonder what kind of manager things I am now. What are you going to do now? Because all you do is those lies. You're so confused. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wine. That's so much evidence. It's actually insanity. Objection! I'm in love with this case. I love this case. Thank you very much for taking the time to testify, Mr. D. Killer.
What is the meaning of that attitude?
And Adrian Andrews entered the victim's room. Your client had no idea that Juan Corrida had been murdered. But how? How do you know that? From this wine glass, Your Honor. The glass. Mr. D. Killer's supposed to client through Mr. Corrida had only fainted, which is why the glass of tomato juice was poured for the victim. But isn't that just a part of Adrian Andrews' calculated plan? That is not possible, Your Honor. The glass bears the fingerprints of the person has been planned today would have never left their fingerprints behind. I see your point. But Edgeworth, what is your opinion? Strangely enough, I had the same exact thought just now. Witness, how do you explain this strange phenomenon?
Isn't that a waste of time to ask about such a minor detail? It's not a very important point anyway, correct? It is raining outside right now. I'm afraid you are mistaken.
If Adrian Andrews really is your client, as you claim, then your client should have documented the knowledge of Mr. Corrida's death. If not, then that will only mean that Adrian Andrews was never your client at all!
How strange.
Yes?
Why is it that the attorney has yet to raise an objection at this absurd situation?
Phoenix, if the killer figures out what we're up to, we're in real trouble. Yeah, I know. Mr. Edgeworth! I'm surprised. You know you can't say things like without any evidence. Ah, sorry. Well, that was an awfully big objection for the two of you. Anyway, I'm positive there was a contradiction in testimony. The prosecution requested for the testimony concerning when the request was taken.
Very well.
Right now, I have to buy us more time. While we wait for the items the killer left behind to get there. Just know the very outcome trial list with those items. Alright. Request taking. Part 1. There's 2 parts.
This request came to me. About a week ago. It was a request from my services on the night of the court ceremony. We met at a certain bar to discuss and finalize a few matters. That is what occurred, and I trust my memory, and I believe I have made no mistakes.
So you physically met your client, huh?
That is correct. Meeting one client is first step to building trust, in my opinion.
Damn, a killer that actually has a moral code in some cases. Wow, what a way to go. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Oh my god, what the fuck? If you guys can hear the rain, I'm sorry, because I'm very close to the window, and, like, I'm very close to the window, so if you guys can hear the rain, I'm sorry. What bar was that? So you physically met Adrian Andrews, right?
Of course I did.
What was that? What was that brief pause? Witness! I would like to give you a few more details.
I always met new clients as a matter of principle. I have never taken a request by telephone or mail.
And why is that?
That's because I value the trust between my client and myself above all else. And the only way to establish that is to speak to the client while looking them in the eye.
Well, Mr. Wright was testimony of any importance? Not really, actually. Not really. Why, if he meets his clients, it's not important. That's what wasn't the point. Witness, please stop sidestepping my questions.
What do you mean by that?
My question was, did you really meet Adrian Andrews in person?
I have already told you, Mr. Wright. I did.
It was only
through talking with him face to face that I began to trust him.
Wait, what? Hang on. Him.
That's when I thought I could trust this person as a client.
It's true when you talk face to face. Well, Mr. Wright, testimony just been very important. It was very important. If I heard what I think I just heard now, then I think I've got him. Your Honor, I believe the testimony itself is very utmost important. Oh, really? If that's the case, witness, please include your testimony just now.
Very well.
From the moment I saw him,
I thought I could trust this person as a client.
That is not a him. That's a her, bro. That's a her. It's a her. Hi, it's a her. I would like to go over this one more time. You met Adrian Andrews at the bar that took the request at the time.
Yes, that is correct.
And that's when you thought he was trustworthy?
How many times must I repeat myself? Yes, that is correct.
I'm sorry, but that is an impossible tale.
What?
Shelly the Killer? You have never met the real Adrian Andrews.
Why would you say that?
Because you made one very big slip up about her.
So what is this issue? What did you just say now about her?
If you had ever met Adrian Andrews in person, one look would look to tell us she's a woman. Oh! Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? His witness testified to the following, that he always meets face-to-face with his clients when taking the request, but he's never met Adrian Andrews in person. Yes, Your Honor, that is exactly the point. That means Mr. the killer's client would not have been Miss Adrian Andrews. I like how the sweat is like stuff. Mr. Edgeworth, I understand your logic on this one. However, why would this assassin make such a basic mistake? I believe it has to do with her name, Your Honor, because Adrian can be a boy's name in some cases. Because it's a boy's name. Her name? Yes, Adrian Andrews is without a doubt a very androgynous name. Yes, very androgynous. You know, you would never really tell just by, except for like my brother. My brother's name is Gabi. You know, his real name is Jesus. Jesus. It's a very common Spanish name if you don't know. So if I say, oh, my brother Gabi, people will be like, wait, is this a girl? Oh, my sibling, my brother. And people be like, that's a girl's name. Like, someone actually said when I said my brother Gabi, people said, oh, that's a girl's name. I'm like, it's Gabriel, Gabriel. Jesus is like, oh, yeah, it's really weird. There's some names that are androgynous, like Alex's. Yes, I see. I have a very feminine name, so I'm a complete opposite. You can tell just by the A on my name, I'm a very feminine name. Like for Mr. the Killer, the entire time as it stands, no one stated Adrian Andrews' gender. And so he simply picked the wrong gender to go with. What? What is going on? Shelly the Killer? This court demands an explanation. If he used the wrong pronouns, nowadays you're literally gonna get fucking killed. So basically, Shelly the Killer will be canceled if this was monitored. He'd be fucking canceled for using the wrong pronouns. God damn it! Why did I say that?
I think somehow I must have mixed up this client with another.
So does that mean you remember something just different now?
Yes, of course. Please, if you would allow me to testify once more.
I know he's just going to spit out more lies.
Very well,
but this time please give us the truth and nothing but more. Nothing but more? Okay, I don't know why I said that. Let's go. Quest taking. And then right here, and after this, I'm gonna go ahead and save. And then, we're gonna go ahead and go to the ending. Let's go.
Yes, now I remember. I took the request by mail. There have been times when I took the job without having to meet my client. The request was from the murderer von Corrida, the 2 or 3 other small things. When I saw the name at the end of the letter, I thought my client to be a man.
What was the... So you took this job through a letter. Didn't mention anything about a letter in his earlier testimony, which means he's definitely lying. Be careful, Phoenix. If you break the assassin's testimony completely, it's over for us. I know, I can't make up suspicious. I think we're okay. Like, we can do this. As long as he's standing there from across from me, no matter how strong a punch I throw, he'll counter it. Now then, let's begin a cross-examination. So fucking gay up in here. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Press! 2 or 3 other things. Yes.
And what so there's other things? A few other things that have nothing to do with this case.
What should I do? Inside? Press further. Whether or not they're related to his case for the court to decide.
Mr. Attorney.
Yes?
Everything I have said from the beginning has been nothing but beneficial to your client, which is why I wonder what pushing you to continue with this cross-examination. Could it be that you are planning to betray your own client?
That's...
I smell the stench of backstabber, and should you turn out to be one... Wait!
Uh-oh, this is looking really bad. Should I press my cloak any here? Press further again! But this is a very important matter. Please cooperate and tell us what the other jobs your client requested were.
If that's truly that important, I suppose I don't have much of a choice. The bear figurine.
The bear figurine?
After the assassination of the target, I was to find that figurine. I was told that this job was just as important as the actual killing.
And? Was that figurine?
It was inside Mr. Gordita's suitcase. And then?
What did you do next?
I handed it over to my client right away.
Gave it to your client? Interesting. This information certainly sounds important to me. Witness, please include that testimony.
As you wish.
Shelley the killer? If you really had given the bear to Miss Andrews, then this item should not have been inside it.
This item?
I see where you're going. Yep, that's where I am. Where's everyone going? I need to pack my suitcase! Your Honor, please think back to Miss Andrews' testimony. And I was going to burn it at her sake. Even for a single minute, this bear had actually been in Miss Andrews' hands. I'm sure she would have taken a suicide note and burned it. Even if it's fake. Odd! So where were you two going? So by the very fact that the suicide note was still inside the bear, tell us that your client didn't know how to assemble the puzzle. Which means... It means, Your Honor, that it's impossible for Adrian to be the client. Oh! Odd! Mr. Phoenix, right? I forgot to do that. I'm the voice statement.
I'm sure I've mentioned this before. Hey, I hate traitors above all else! I think your cross-examination has clearly demonstrated something to me. You must wish to break your end to our agreement!
No, that's not...
That to this afraid attention is only one thing for me to do!
Wait, please!
Gentlemen, ladies, please excuse me. I have a matter that I must attend to.
Oh shit. No, please. Not that. Please wait.
Mr. Attorney, bring this trial to a speedy end, and I may stay my hand. Otherwise...
What in the... Mr. Wright, are you... Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. I didn't understand this witness outburst just now. Did you think there is a need to hear more testimony or just... Well, we should... Edgeworth, we can't do this. If we keep this up, my... Prosecution, What has come over everyone? Even you are... Prosecution. Rest. What is going on around here? Prosecution has no further questions, Your Honor. What?! Well, I never thought I'd see the day. This is the most unusual situation. This prosecution rests with no further questions. Then, prosecution has failed to uphold the stance. If that's the case, then, even though I am reluctant, I must believe that Mr. the Killer's testimony is accurate. That would mean that Shelley the Killer's client is Adrian Andrews. Yeah! Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. If the trial here now, then your client, Madden Goddard, will be declared innocent. In his place, Adrian Andrews will be charged for murder. Miss Andrews will be charged for murder. Prosecution has no further questions. We'll now hear the defense's final remarks. Bailiff, please bring the defendant, Madden Goddard, to the stand. That absurd because hideout didn't make it in time. We tried as hard as we could. It looks like our time's run out. Can't believe it. The outcome now lies in your hands. Dude, did the old guy finally decide? To be honest, I can't think of you as truly innocent and a good person. You have done enough evil to drive a woman to suicide. But, at least the charge of murder will appear you are innocent. Ha. Are you really doing this now? So, I guess even the old fuddy-duddy figured me out. Mr. Engard. God, what an atrocious lawyer I have, giving his own client up like this. And that refreshing like a spring breeze crap, it's just atrocious. Don't you agree? Anyway, get on with it and pronounce me innocent already. Shit. Choked on my own spit. God. Right, Mr. Lawyer? Should I side with justice or should I save Maya's life? You better get Engard a guilty sentence, okay? But if I did that, Maya would die. But if she's innocent, then Miss Andrews will be charged as a murderer. Do I say he's guilty or not guilty? Either choice I make, someone's life is going to end. Hinges on what I choose. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear defense states on the matter. The person who hired assassin was Adrian Andrews. And your client, Mr. Matthew Goddard, will be innocent. There's no need to ask, old man. After all, my lawyer's going to say what I want, aren't you? Right. I can't do this, but I have to decide. I can't count on evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my heart. The client, Matthew Goddard, is guilty. Why are we waiting for your answer, Mr. Wright? Matthew Goddard, your client deserves an answer. Maya, I'm sorry. Matthew Goddard is... Oh, shit! Badass up in here! Francisco von Garba, bro, she made it! Oh my god! What are you doing? Ow! You'll say now, don't you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? This is exactly why you should never take your eyes off of the scrappy fool. Did you bring them? The final pieces? Do you have them? You should know better than just that, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Von Karma is perfect in every way. The evidence here is in perfect condition. Don't worry about Scruffy. He's fine. How the fuck is it minor? He got into a car accident, bro. Well, what items are inside this? What a filthy old coat this is. That's jump shoes. I can spot tattered rags anywhere. I apologize for disrupting this, but there's nothing else that happened to the item, though. She came in just in time. Holy shit. I fought long and hard for this whole trial. And thought it was inside the raggedy coat. She's inside the coat. This crucial piece of evidence. Your Honor, inside that filthy coat, there are the defense's final pieces of evidence. Final evidence? Yeah, you're gonna get fucked, Ingard. You're gonna get fucked, Ingard. You're gonna get fucked. This trial's already over, and the remnants remains. I do not believe any evidence present now. We would change the outcome of this trial. What? Your Honor, it is our duty to examine every piece of evidence down to the last. I request that Ms. Von Karma be allowed to present these pieces of evidence. You are right, Mr. Edgeworth. I suppose you were right. Grant permission to this. However, the one replies, if these evidence do not bring any new points, then they'll accept it by this court. Now, Ms. Von Karma, if you please. These pieces of evidence are the items left by the killer, so he escaped from the police. He must have been quite in a rush. Yes, Your Honor. The killer left 3 pieces of evidence. Somewhere among the evidence we're about to see, there will be something that will turn the whole situation around like a miracle. I'm sure of it. That is all we can hope for. What's that with a pistol? Does the killer's pistol have anything to do with this case? Question more details. Let's question it just in case. We're gonna question. Does this pistol have any relation to the case? We have yet to perform a ballistics test, so I can't say anything for certain. However, I believe it has something to do with this case, at least with me. That's the pistol that he's used to shoot you, isn't it? That's what I believe, yes. Oh. I kept the bullet they removed from my shoulder as a sort of memento. I'm sure it would be an excellent sample for their test. So that pistol was used to shoot Francisca. It's probably gonna go into that fortress. The second piece of evidence is videotape. I bet the killer took the Garden Mansion. We checked the contents of the tape. Unfortunately, there was no time to. Oh yeah. But I would speculate that the tape is very important. Why would you say that? Because he came back to this hideout for it. The killer went back for it? That's right. It looks like he was trying to recover it. He had injured 3 of the officers at the site. But somehow it looks like they managed to protect it from the killer. She that the killer is no ordinary man. The last piece of evidence is a bellboy's uniform. Is that the uniform of the Gatewater Hotel? Quick more details. What is that used during the crime? I am most certain it was. There's evidence that black leather gloves in one of the pockets. There's no doubt about it. The secret was wearing this in the night of the murder. There's one thing I found interesting about this uniform, and what is that? There is a button missing from the uniform. A button? It's a very unique button. I'm sure it was put to cover it. If I put a Bible, that's the glue. There's a button missing. That is all I have to present, Your Honor. It's just as I thought. And what is that, Your Honor? I'm sure we are under no circumstances. These items for telling the killer had to be very important clues. However, our question is, who did the killing? Who is the client? Yes, that is correct. And these are 3 items. Do not tell us anything about that. Thank you for your hard work, Miss Von Karma. You may step down. Wait, Your Honor! Please allow me to examine the new evidence. Overruled. This court was already all the evidence it needs to hand down a verdict. Wonderful. Absolutely splendid. This judge is such a brilliant man, isn't he? Is this the end? Phoenix, I know. There's such a miracle in the world, is there? So let's go ahead and save. I'm gonna go ahead and save. There we go. So, there we go. So let's go ahead and do the good ending. I think you're wrong. I think they do exist. But you have to make that miracle happen. You come this far. You can't give up now. So I saved. I'm gonna do the second ending later. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it at the end of the video. I'm gonna go ahead and show it at the end of the video so you guys can see it. And, yeah. But for now, we're gonna do the good ending. It's try for my sake. Just think about it for a second. There are 2 ways out of the situation for us. The first, Madden guarded a wish from the bottom of his soul from a guilty verdict. The killer will always place the client's wishes first. If a god himself wishes to be convicted, then he will let his hostage go. That may be true, but that's asking for me to do the impossible! The second way, forced to get to end his contract with Goddard. If the killer were to no longer think of Ingard as his client, then he will let Maya go. Mia! That's even more impossible! He values duty and move towards above us. I know both of these seem possible feats at first, but if you could make them, what happens truly be a miracle. The judge already said doesn't need any more evidence. Piece of already shows he's not accepting them. Phoenix, think through. The other side. Isn't that what's worked for us? The other side. What does she mean? You mean to turn things around? Phoenix, the judge says he doesn't need the evidence. If that's the case, then who does need it? The person who needs the evidence. The defense, the prosecution, the judge. We only see a piece of evidence, and that is the truth. There's one person who yet to see them all, and that person does not know the truth. Miracle to an end. Respectfully sit back and listen, kids. Bitch, shut up! I have already told you, Mr. Wright, this court does not need any more evidence. I am not saying it's for needing more evidence, Your Honor. Then, you want to show the evidence to that person. Yes, Your Honor. Please, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, for the sake of such passion, I'll grant you one choice. One chance. Show the evidence you want to show to this person. Hang on, let me say it again. That's impossible to turn situation around in one try. Try as always permit. I have to try to remember. Everything up to this point happened. Think, Phoenix. Think. There must be a way. John Doe and Shelly Kill are basically the same thing. So, this is the only way you can do the ending. Now tell us the court one piece of evidence which you would like to show this person. The videotape again. So if you show anything else, a bad ending will happen. I'm gonna go ahead and do that to you guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and show that later, but for now, let's go ahead and do the good ending. Videotape, here we go. This is a good ending. The only way you can get is with Shelly and that. Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? I think there's some merit in showing this evidence to witness. Bailiff, please bring the transceiver from earlier. All right, looks like I managed to convince him. Maya, she's okay, right?
Didn't I tell you to concern yourself with bringing about speedy end to this trial? Now, if I understand correctly, you wish to show me one piece of evidence? Yes?
Yes, one is all I need. I have here a videotape I was found in your hideout. I heard you injured 3 officers in your tent to get this back.
That was the most regrettable.
However, it was an order from my client.
I was told to protect the videotape. I thought so. I'm afraid I seem to have failed in that regard.
Do you know the contents of this tape?
I was sternly told by my client to not watch it, so I have absolutely no idea.
Actually, you were on this tape.
Me?
There was a video camera hidden at the crime scene. But that bear. Your actions were being recorded.
What?
Is that true, Mr. Wright?
Who was it that planted the camera?
Well, the only person who could have placed a camera at the scene of the crime would be your client, naturally. That was Adrian Andrews. Be quiet and listen, Your Honor. Yes, sir. Your client specified a place and time for you, isn't that right?
Yes.
So that's so they could film you.
I had no idea. Mr. Wright, why would my client do such a thing? I would like to know why.
Why did Matt and Goddard film the crime scene? The reason why he did this was my ticket out of this whole mess. There's only one reason why your client would secretly film the crime scene. Wanted to blackmail on you. Didn't trust your skills. Wanted blackmail on you. Your client once told me something very interesting. We were talking about you, and this is what they said. But I'm not no weakling. I don't believe anyone. At least all assassins. Oh, come on now, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above a blackmail. Yes, that's where the video comes in. With that, I can keep him at bay and even blackmail him if I want. Your client didn't trust you at all. They were thinking of using the video to blackmail you. What do you have to say to that, Shady Killer? Oh!
It looks like I was being deceived from the very beginning.
Yes, by a natural, that is kind of a person they are. Your client is a person who only thinks and plots of how to use the people around them to protect themselves from any and all dangers that may arise. That is the true nature of your client. I have one question for the witness. Yes, you told us one thing numerous times during your testimony. You said that you detest traitors most of all.
Yes, that's right.
But what if I said traitor was your own client? What would you do to them?
That's obvious. I would break a contract in that case. And then that client would become my next target. For the honor of the killer name, even if it takes an eternity, I would follow that person to the ends of the earth to exact my punishment.
Holy fuck. Okay. I see. That's all I wanted to know. So the traitor becomes the killer's next target. So Matt's gonna die anyway, regardless. Ah, I get it. This is how he'll turn his case around.
Mr. Wright.
Yes?
My contract with my client is over as of now. I seem to have a new job on my hands. I will now return to you, your precious item.
What the? I'm not an item! Maya, I thought I'd never see you again. Oh, thank goodness. This trial appears to have come to its conclusion. However, I actually am sort of don't quite know what to. Ah! Bisphone Carbo, where did that? She always has you in her sights. Now, I do believe it's time to finally hand down a verdict. Guilty as fuck! You're gonna be fucked, and Goddard is so fucked. Let's go! Mr. Goddard, it looks like you got what you wanted. You will finally receive the acquittal you wanted so badly. You should be happy. But before that, I would like to make one final statement. Sometime in the near future, one very betrayed assassin may appear before you. Needless to say, that man is very good at what he does. I'm sure you would understand what I mean if you watched this video. Help me. Now then, Your Honor, the verdict if you please. Is this alright with you, Mr. Wright? We have finally reached the end of a very long battle. And now we're in 44-minute battle. Whether he's convicted or acquitted, there is no escape from him now. Go on, Phoenix. Please, whichever way your heart tells you. Right, Chief. Plead? Guilty! Martin Garde. Even though I am a lawyer, I cannot make your crime disappear. I think a guilty verdict is appropriate here. Me? My wonderful self? Guilty? That bitch. Even if I got you an acquittal the instant you set foot outside the detention center, your life would be in danger, no matter which way you look at it. You can't run away from your crime anymore! No! Guilty! Guilty, guilty, guilty! Die! As always, it looks like we've covered the real truth. I don't remember you helping out as much in this. Mr. Edgeworth, how's Martin Goddard? I have left Miss Von Karma in charge of his incarceration. I'm sure he's getting a full course meal of whip liver right about now. Very good. Oh, it's a close one, wasn't it, Witness? Yes, I plan to pay my debt in society of my own crime, Your Honor. The first time I was called to the witness stand during this trial, all I felt was despair. She must be talking about the time that you really went after her. I guess she was trying to forgive him for what he did. This witness! How should I put this? She has an illness. If you're going to say what you choose death, that is no concern to me. Damn. But after that, when I was alone at the detention center, that's the first time I really saw myself for who I am. And today, when two of you used your combined strength to convict Matt, I felt like I had finally been saved. Wow, this is the first time I've ever seen her smile. I'm really happy that you two were in charge of this case. I really don't know how to express how I feel at this moment. It's the first time I've ever felt comfortable with myself, with who I am. Thank you so much, everyone. Alright. Oh god! It looks like we've resolved everything at last, but for myself, there are still a few things I'm confused about. But everyone seems to be in good spirits, right? So good enough for me. That is all. This court is adjourned. You were great out there, Phoenix. What I did out there was right, wasn't it? This is the first time you've not gone out your client off. You got them a guilty verdict this time. But you had to look past all that. That's just really important. You now realize that there's something more than just not getting not guilty, right? Yes, I understand now. Phoenix, think back a second. Think to the moments before this Von Karma arrived and the final piece of evidence. Think about the incredible decision you had to make. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear the defense statements on the matter. I can't count on evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my heart. Just have justice for my life. My client, Martin Goddard, is he guilty? Or is he not guilty? Those were your choices then. And your answer spoke to what being a lawyer means to you. Right! Edgeworth! I have good news. Maya is now safe in police custody. Really? Pearls, you're telling us the truth, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, she's quite safe. She's on her way here as we speak in the patrol car. Ah! Mystic Maya's safe! You did it! You really did it, Mr. Nick! Ow! She punches physically hard for a kid! I believe in you. I kept saying to myself, Mr. Nick will save her. Mr. Nick will save her. Ah! Thanks. Oh, what's wrong? Miss Von Karma. About earlier. Thanks. Ow! Why did you start smiling? Mr. Phoenix Wright. You lost! Your perfect win record has now been crushed. And yet, you are still happy! I don't think you'll ever understand, Miss Von Karma. How dare you! Don't worry. She may in time, after all. I was like that myself until a year ago. Edgeworth? For my own personal victories, and for guilty verdicts. I used every dirty trick in the book, and so my win record remained spotless. But a man appeared and stood fast against that selfish me. I fought him in my usual manner and tasted my first defeat. I felt like I had lost everything because of that. And then? That case. You guys remember that one? It was my turn to sit in the defendant's chair. And I was saved by that person I called my enemy. I couldn't forgive myself for all that had happened. So I left the prosecutor's office. And I left that note. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death. As well as you should have. A prosecutor who has shamed himself to defeat should go into a hole and die. But that was not what happened. After I left the prosecutor's office, I finally came to realize something. And it was at the moment of clarity that everything began to change. What foolish nonsense! We prosecutors use anything we can to attack the defendant. But every time we did so, no matter how desperate the situation, instead of giving up like the most people, that man would hold strong with his undying faith. And then, before I knew it, I began to trust in that man as well. What? You trusted your enemy! It doesn't matter how many underhanded tricks a person uses. The truth will always find a way to make itself known. The only thing we can do is fight with the knowledge we hold and everything we have, erasing the paradoxes one by one. It's never easy. We claw and scratch for every inch, but we will always eventually reach that one single truth, this is a promise you. The truth? Yes, that's the reason why prosecutors and defense attorneys exist. That I'm sure you knew that already, didn't you, Wright? That's why you couldn't forgive me. This man who went into hiding. Isn't that right? This man who will only had his sights set on victory. Who ran into his night. Ah, is Mr. Edgeworth right, Mr. Nick? You really let me down. When you disappeared, I felt betrayed. The reason I decided to become a lawyer to begin with was because I believed in the things you said to me. All those years ago. And you betrayed your own words. That's why, 1 year ago, I made up my mind. I decided that Miles Edgeworth I knew had died. At least that's what I told myself. You pathetic fool! The Miss Von Karma. I don't want to hear the wretched whimpering of a disgraced loser. A Von Karma is someone who's destined to be perfect. Miles Edgeworth. You are no longer worthy. You are no longer worthy of being a Von Karma. And neither am I. It's over. It's all over. Francisca threw something on the ground just now. This is an electromagnetic receiver. Is that the thing she used to track Detective Gumshoe? I'll return this to precinct later. There's something else. Ah, is that Miss Von Karma's whip? I'll never set foot in another courtroom again. I'm sure that's what she's saying by this action. You should keep this, right? Okay. Nick! Maya! Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya! Oh, Nick, I knew you would come through. You got the Inguardi convicted, like I knew you would. On top of that, you even rescued me. Well, of course I did. You know I would never desert you. But we have pressed our luck this trial. You're really lucky to be standing here. Whatever. Look, it's over, okay? Besides, if I did croak, I would just come back haunt you like a bit-bad ghost to Pearly. Is it really that easy to do something like that? Thanks a lot, Nick. Don't mention it. Maya? Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm relieved you're alright. Hey, it looks like you've made some real progress, Mr. Edgeworth. Well, I suppose I'm a little different than who I was a year ago. Alright! I think it's time we get out of this pressing place. Huh? Where are we going? Food, Nick! Food! Grub chow, I'm starved! So hungry even you look like a nice juicy burger on bun to me, Nick. You think I look like a burger? I'm prime rib at least. Come with us, Mr. Edgeworth, please? If you insist. Alright, so how about we hit up our usual burger joint? Don't be silly, Nick. Huh? This case messed up all the awesome evening. I've gotten away my gourmet food. So I decided we make up another havoc feast. Another feast? Come on, Nick. Food! Hey, pal. Sorry to keep you guys waiting. Gumshoe, are you alright? Yeah, I'm really embarrassed. I don't think I would hit a telephone pole. A telephone pole. Then it wasn't a red light that got it. Yeah, did it again, city boy. Felt like my dear old heart was gonna give out on me, and I ain't joking. Yeah, it was more exciting than the very last episode of Steel Samurai. Thanks. Now looky here, Mr. Snooty Prosecutor. Don't go wrecking bully Mr. Rat too hard. If you don't stop being a lot nicer to him, he might be kicking tonight even. I'll keep that in mind. Well, come on now, everyone gather around. Y'all gonna get your picture taken by a genuine professional photographer. Looks like a lot of bought herself a new camera. Well, pal, at least we can put this messy case behind us now. Come on. Tonight, all dating... Let's go. Chow down, pal. Amen to that, pal. Amen. You know, when you think you were to save the day detective, huh, me? You really think so? He's right. If it wasn't for the 3 irons you took, I think this trial would have had it very differently. Huh, well, you know, it's... Huh? Wait. That's odd. When I ran off with the things from D-Killer's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things in total, sir. What? 4? Yeah, I'm sure I put one of the items in my coat pocket. There was a 4th item? Oh, come on, y'all. It's over. But, oh boy, I thought you saw something else. Between getting accused of murder and getting kidnapped? Never a dull moment with you, huh? You think? Why does she look so happy about that? For being shut away for 2 whole days? Weren't you scared? Yeah, it was really scary. I felt so hopeless. So to keep my mind off things, I drew a picture. Sounds like you had a rough. Yeah? So where's this picture of yours? Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see Mystic Mai's picture. You know, I don't know where it went. Aw, that's too bad. Well, it's alright. It wasn't anything important anyway. It sure is nice to finally see them both smiling again. What is it, Touchworth? This thing is just picking up. Ah! This is Miss Carter's Saver! Thanks to her, I had the most awful experience of my life, sir. I can't believe she stuck tracking device on me. That's odd. Even though you're standing right here, that tracking device seems to be a different location. Oh, it's probably busted or something, sir. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm afraid that's about time to excuse myself. I still have some work to do. Huh? But Mr. Edgeworth, you haven't eaten anything yet. And you're eating way too much, you glutton. Have fun tonight. Now, if you excuse me. Wait! What? I just want to say, thanks, Edgeworth. You really saved me out there. If anyone should be saying thanks, it should be me, right? I feel like words alone aren't enough here. I wonder if there's anything I can give him to express what I feel. Whip! What's this? Thanks to you, I want to you and her. You don't need to thank me, I was only doing my job. It looks like Mr. Edgeworth has left, Mr. Nick. Hey, Mystic Maya. Yes, Pearly? I guess you two can go back to being lovey-dovey, right? You and Mr. Nick, I mean. Pearly! I'm good at it already, you're embarrassing me! Anyway. So, who's paying this lovely dinner party? As if you need to ask. Everyone say, thank you to Nick! Huh? Yeah, I'm kinda at a point where I can't even buy instant noodles, pal. So I kinda already put your name on the bill. Huh? Yeah, I got in situations like that myself. There's this camera shop in the hotel, see? And I just bought myself good old beauty here, so I better be anywho for $3,000. Huh? Actually, I reckon you bought it for me since it's in your tab and all. Isn't it great, Mr. Nick? Yeah, Nick. Why do I suddenly feel like screaming? Oh, you don't need to hold back now, you hear? Yeah, pal, time to let it all out. It's going to be the first time I hear the real you. Go on, it's been a while since I heard you say it. Been busy being hostage and all. Alright then, you say so. Oh, okay! So I hope you guys enjoyed this Let's Play. It was a really fun Let's Play. If you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, I really don't know what to say except thank you for sticking. If you guys were here since the very first episode, thank you. It really means a lot. Yeah, I just want to say thank you if you guys been with me for a while. If you guys maybe since the first episode of this Let's Play, thank you very much. Just hope you guys enjoyed it. This game, honestly, I like it, but honestly, I consider it probably the weakest game in terms of cases. In terms of cases, probably the weakest game. Probably the only 2 cases I actually like is the 2nd case and the 4th. Probably the only 2 cases I actually like, to be honest. Out of probably the only 2 cases I actually like. It's probably the weakest in terms of cases. So like, but still, I love this game overall. It's pretty good. Not gonna lie. But so as for my next Let's Play, what's it gonna be? Well, that's actually pretty simple. I'm thinking of doing the one of the 2 Mario and Luigi games. Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga or Partners in Time. Thinking of doing either one of those 2 right now. So I'm thinking of doing Superstar Saga, Mario Superstar Saga as my next Let's Play, so I'm gonna do a Mario game for my next Let's Play. I haven't done one in a while, I haven't done a Mario game in a while, so it's gonna be fun doing another Mario game again at this channel. I haven't done one in a few months. I haven't done one since Luigi's Mansion Dark Middle, it's the last Mario game I did. This last Mario related game. So I'm gonna do Superstar Saga as my next. And anyway. So, God. I am like, God. This case was something else. This case! I love this case! Oh God, this case is legitimately something else. I fucking love this case. Like, I actually do. This case is great. Oh, hey, Hottie. Like, I love this case. It's a great case. No, seriously, though. It's like my favorite case in the entire game. Because it's probably the first case that ever has something in the series, and also the only one that has so far. You know, you have your client guilty, which is the only thing that happened so far in the series. So it's actually pretty interesting, though. I'm just saying. Well. So Superstar Saga, keep an eye out for my subscribers. Keep an eye out for Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga as my next Let's Play. Keep an eye out for that at some point. I don't know when, but keep an eye out on it. I'm still waiting for So I'm still waiting for the job thing. I'm still waiting for that. Even after all, I'm still fucking waiting. Yeah, I'm still waiting for that. I don't know when, but I'm waiting. I'll let you guys know in a quick update video when I started. I'll let you guys know if I get anything on it. I'll let you guys know because that might affect my schedules, my recordings. So I'll let you guys know on that. Oh God, whoa. So I'll let you guys know on that. Hallelujah chorus. So yeah, I'll be I'll go ahead and do an update video with you guys if I ever do get anything in my job. It's, you know, I haven't done anything on that yet, so nothing at all. Right. I might do a live stream shortly after this. I might do a live stream next. Well, again, hope you guys enjoyed it. It was kind of fun to do, you know. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the bad endings. So once the credits are over, I'm gonna go ahead and cut to the bad ending so you guys can see it. So for now, once the credits are over, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the bad ending. So yeah. See you guys then. Bye. I have really nothing much to say, so bye. Actually, never mind. I forgot this. Hang on, never mind. Forgot this happened. Oopsie. Oopsie daisy. Where are you going, Francisca? How did you know I was here? Look at this. That's... I heard you were planting things in a certain person. Things like tracking devices in his coat, for example. That's just like you. I only planted it there because I was always wearing it. This filthy drab got for it. I don't know how it ended up in my luggage, but it's going to my trash, promise you that. Oh, that's right. Speaking of that man, he told me something very interesting. When I ran off with the things from the killer's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things in total, sir. 4 things. It seems he put the last one in his coat pocket. He put it in here. It doesn't matter anymore. The case is already over. What are you going to do now? That's none of your business. Are you running away? Shut up! You don't understand the thing! You can't possibly understand what it means to be a man of friend but Karma's daughter! Francisca. So many exceptions from everyone around me. Expectations I must fulfill. I'm expected to win no matter what. And failure? Such a thing is not an option for me. My father was a genius, there's no doubt about it, that. But me, I'm not genius. I've always known that. But I had to be one. I had to. You may not be a genius like your father, but you are a prosecutor. You have been and always will be. No, I'm not. Not anymore. I've even thrown my whip away. Speaking of that, Wright gave this to me and to hold on to. Right, you knew something like this would happen, didn't you? I'm going to say this again. Good prosecutors do not fight for personal honor or pride. I hope you will think deeply about what you should be striking down with that whip. You haven't changed a bit. You've always left me alone and walked ahead without me. Miles Edgeworth. I've always hated you. And then, finally, my chance to take my revenge on you arrived. If I could win against that man, if I could make Phoenix Wright bow down to fate, the scar you left behind would have risen higher than you. That was supposed to be my revenge. I see. You know I can't do it. I can't change who I am. I can't throw out everything. But today, I believe you can. Just like how Adrian Andrews did. Adrian Andrews? You were going to use her during the trial, right? But you were dependent on your father by using his tactics. Isn't that right? Today, you chased after me. After I had left you behind all these years. And that's why you're standing here now, side by side. But I have no intention by stopping. If you say you are going to quit your walk down the prosecutor's path, then this is where we part ways, Francisca von Karma. Why, Francisca von Karma. I don't think I'm going to walk in the shadow forever. Our battle begins now. You better prepare yourself, Miles Edgeworth. Phoenix Wright. One day, someday, I'm sure we'll meet again. This is some battle. Well, what the fuck happened to the light? Until then, this last piece of evidence that never made it to you. I'll take good care of this 4th piece. So I can give it to you when at last we meet again. Alright, so thanks for watching. See you guys then. And I'm going to show you guys the bad ending. Bye. Okay, I'm back. So, I'm gonna go and show you guys the bad ending now. Let's go. So basically, you have to do anything that's not to videotape at anyone that's not Shilly the Killer results in a bad ending. Anyone. Nah, I don't care. So it really doesn't matter what, so basically these are the items that get you an instant bad ending. What? I was just shot. So. I'm afraid I cannot allow the defense to continue. What? No one understands what you're talking about anymore. Wait, please, one more chance. That is enough, Mr. Wright. I will now say my verdict. This event comes not in Goddard. Not guilty. That is all. This court is adjourned. Not a good ending, is it? So this is what happens. Here we go. And just like that, the case came to an end. I ran away from the courtroom and wandered the streets alone. I never saw Maya again. The killer is a man of his word, so I'm sure he released her as promised. I heard the verdict of Miss Andrews' trial a few days later. She was found guilty, of course. The miracle never happened. Maybe it was never meant to. Because a miracle is something that doesn't exist. Also, fun fact, in the original DS version, there was actually a spelling mistake in that part. You know, in the miracle never happened, there was no D, so it's just the miracle happens. Never happened. Yeah, it's weird. So anyway, that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next video, whenever that will be. Bye.